right, Mr. Maximus. We are live, Maxie. Hi there, Cersei. You may be too early, but you may not make it later. Thank you, Cersei. If you don't make it for the super, appreciate it. Very kind as always. So what's going on, Mr. Maximus, today? With your shaved belly. You got a hollow belly button. Hello there, Rosemary. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hello there, Bruce. Oh, Bruce, I had a question for you. I think you said your daughter graduates. Hello there, Lavender. Hello there, Judy. Hope you all are doing well. Your daughter graduates, Bruce, on the 6th of June. So is she done like with everything school-wise, or does she have to still do some sort of testing to actually, I guess, become licensed or registered? I guess licensed as a veterinarian. How does that work exactly? Or is she completely done? Oh, Mr. Maximus. Is this your tail? She's got to do a state test still. Okay. Hello, Jesse. Hope you've been doing well, Jesse. Haven't seen you in a little while. Hopefully Midnight is doing well as well. You showing off that pink belly and those nipples. Yes, we counted Max's nipples. He's got 6 nipples. I wasn't sure how many nipples male cats had. He's got 6 of them, and there's one right there. He's embarrassed about his little nipples. Hello there, Icon. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm sure Bruce she'll pass it. No worries about that. Jesse, I'm sorry that your 2 kitties don't get along. Rosemary, I guess the YouTube algorithm didn't like that comment. But I understand what you're saying. Hello there, Debbie. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us here, and thank you for becoming a channel member as well, Debbie. I don't know if I officially thanked you for that. I think I have, but I can't recall. But I hope you're doing well. Midnight stays outside. You know, Rosemary, that's so funny. So like YouTube will like block your comment there about Max's male nipples, right? Like for whatever reason. But YouTube allows like all this other stuff on their platform. It's just quite funny. But Max is doing pretty good today. I mean, his numbers aren't great. His numbers are high again. Hello there, Catitude. But, you know, the thing is, it's better for Max's numbers to be high than low. As long as they're not too high for too long, because then like ketones and stuff like that come into play. But we do now have, though, a ketone tester as well, which we're going to check him a little later tonight to see where his ketone levels are. Are you kicking the air, buddy? Hey, Maxie. Yes, he's got his scanner there. I would say he definitely feels better, Rosemary, than yesterday. It was a rough day. The day before was also rough. Hopefully we won't have to shave him anywhere else, but you never do know. I missed you, Maxie. I know, you're a good boy. If anybody who is watching this, and if you are new to this channel, if you want to say hello, feel free to. We don't bite in this community. We might scratch you a little bit, though, but that's just the initiation. You're a cat-loving community, so if you love cats, if you have cats, feel free. You fit right in place here. We also do rescue donations, well, every month. Oh, Mr. Maximus. I know, we thumped that tail, buddy. How are your toes? Are they clean? I know, you got some poking going on there, buddy. How's this foot? All right. You're clean for now, honey. Yeah, we got to do like nightly checks on his toes because he's got weak back legs and sometimes some litter gets on him. What was my wife saying? It looks like he's humoring me. That's my life story. Everybody usually just humors me. Yeah, I would say, who said he doesn't look like he's distressed? Is that Catitude? He always looks, never, yeah, he's a chilled cat, Catitude. Thankfully. He's learned the art of Zen, cat-zenning. I know it's not a word, probably, but it's my word. Can you all believe it's almost the end of May? That just flew by, didn't it? Now, some of you might know, or might not know, that Max here, he's got an appointment on Monday, the 2nd, for a specialist. Hopefully we can see, maybe get a little bit insight of what might be going on with him. I was on a live earlier during the day, and I was talking about he might have something called charities. New term. I didn't know what it was until a week ago or so. So, Jesse, you had a week of rain. Us too, Jesse. It's been rainy and cloudy out here in North Carolina all week. I'm kind of tired of the rain, and I think the cats are too. The cats have definitely been a little off, some of them here. But charities is a condition where three things are involved. A pancreatitis issue, which he's has. IBD, which he is suspected of having. A livery kind of thing, something going on with the liver, like inflammation of the liver and / like intestines. Thankfully, it is a very, it's not, let me put it this way. It's treatable, in that there's a few things we could start doing and some things we already are doing now. One, giving him sub-Q fluids to help with the dehydration, and potential vomiting. It's going to cause the dehydration. Number two, with the vomiting, he's been on some anti-nausea, anti-vomiting pills, which kind of helps that lower. Three, a pain medication like gabapentin, for example, which we have. The only thing we can't do because he's a diabetic, though, is traditionally because of the inflammation, what they do is they give the cats either a steroid shot or put them on something that has a steroid in it. I'm trying to think of what it is. I'm drawing a blank of the medication at this point in time. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't think of what it is right now. But that could be another thing that if he wasn't a diabetic, we could do. But prednisone. Yeah, thank you, Catitude. That's it. Hello there, George. Hope you're doing well. George, hi, Adam. You love it, Rosemary's singing debut. But isn't an old Springsteen song from the 80s? You know what? Actually, George, I think it's even older than that, if I'm thinking correctly. I think that's actually an old Johnny Cash song, The Ring of Fire. I'd have to re-listen to the song again, and Rosemary's singing debut, but I think that's Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire, I think. So I think that's like from the 60s, maybe. Wait, Mr. Maximus, let me bother you. He's a good boy. He's a handsome boy, even with his chopped up look and his big old nicotine patch. I know, I'm talking about you and your nicotine patch. This was really cool to see when this was put in a couple days ago. How they put this thing in. Technology, you gotta love it. Catitude, you were gonna ask if Rosemary could sing her hot dog song for us live tonight. Catitude, I'm not sure right now. Maybe. It depends on Rosemary's mood, and that's usually aggressive and um, buggy-eyed. So I'm not sure. Hey, Max, I know I'm playing with your paw here, buddy. Oh, Maximus. So how is everybody today? Have you all had a good week, a bad week, a so-so week? Max is walking a little bit. I want to say he's still walking flat-footed, but he is a lot more stable when he walks, it seems like. Ain't that right, buddy? Judy, you've been doing good. Awesome. Judy, you still doing something with the kids, right? Like, I think you do like babysitting or something. I'm trying to remember. George, you're sticking with the Springsteen song. All right. All good. The boss. I mean, that does go with Rosemary because she is definitely the boss. Hello, Charlotte. Charlotte, if this is the same Charlotte, I think it is, that did the PayPal a PayPal donation earlier today or yesterday. I appreciate the PayPal donation. Um, Very kind, very generous of you. And of course, it'll go to a good cause. Also, if anybody wants to give me a new donation place, feel free to in chat. No, actually, don't do it in chat. Do it on like a comment somewhere. Um, oh, Charlotte, that's too kind. Thank you once again. Very kind. That'll go to help those kitties in need across the world. And Charlotte, if you have maybe any place that you would like to that the community could donate to as a rescue group, please let me know in a comment. Don't put it in chat because I'm not going to remember it at all. My memory is terrible, especially recently with all that's been going on. But I do appreciate the kindness as always. Oh. Hey, Mr. Maxie. Hello there, Sydney Cat. I hope you're doing well today. It was always nice, Sydney Cat, to be in your live a little bit earlier. Hope Sydney Cat, of course, and yourself. Hope you all are doing well. Hello there, Alfredo. Hope you're doing well. Looks like you might be new to the channel. If so, welcome. We are a cat community, Alfredo. Do you have any kitties? Charlotte, thank you for the work that we do here as a community. UK, yep, United Kingdom. Love your channel. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it. Bruce, you want Yoda to sing Motley Crue. I will ask Yoda and I will see what I can do about that, Bruce. I will get back to you on that. You have four cats. Awesome. What are their names? Alfredo, this is Max. I don't know, again, if you're new here or not, but this is Max. He is one of nine. We will hang out with all these cats during the course of these next hour. Well, 45 minutes now. This time usually goes by fairly quickly. George, you think it was Born in the USA album? You have all the original vinyl. Wow, from the 80s and the 70s. Just too lazy to go in the basement to look. George, that's awesome. That could probably, I'm sure you'd probably never sell any of that stuff, but you could probably make a pretty big earnings after if selling any of those things because people like vinyl now again. Bruce Pandora to sing Bonnie Tyler. I'm not sure who Bonnie Tyler is, or is that Taylor? No, it's Tyler. I'm not sure who that is. Fredo, we all know each one. YouTube's largest cat family. Yes, you read what happened to Max? Okay, okay, awesome. Hello there, Joel and Spike. Nice to see you. Hope you've been doing well. Sydney Cat, congratulations on being a member for 1 month. I hope that what I'm doing here makes you proud as a channel member, and I will continue to, this community will continue to do, what we can do to help these cats the best that we can. So I appreciate that. Hello there, John. Nice to see you as always. Hopefully you're doing well, John. Hopefully your cats, the four kitties, the four cat billies are doing well. Hello there. Is it Marinetta? Hello. How you doing? How you doing? You have kitties there, Marinetta? Hello, Mr. Maximus. Alfredo, your cats are, and I hope I don't screw up any of these names, but I probably will. Basilio, Sombra, Shadow in English, okay. Is it Crispa, or Spark in English, and Firmin. Those of you who don't know, I am absolutely awful when it comes to pronunciating things. So if you ever want to have a good laugh in chat, just put some words that are hard to pronounce, and I will try to pronounce them. And yeah, yeah. Total Eclipse of the Heart. Okay, I know that then, Bruce. Okay, I'm familiar with what you're saying. John, you might need a raft soon. It won't stop raining. Yeah, John, the same here. We've been cloudy and rainy all week, and I think the cats are somewhat depressed with all the rain. And I think I'm somewhat depressed with all the rain, to be honest with you. Fredo, don't worry, my friend. You make them better. Or you said, okay, okay. Well, I'm good at least that. That's a good thing. George Pawnee, Tyler, a total affair of the heart. Probably her biggest hit. You're old, but grew up in the best decades. Take that, you young whippersnappers. Well, I was born in 1980, so I have an affinity for the 80s and the 90s. See, Max, like I said, he's walking a little bit better. He's still flat-footed, of course, and he might always be flat-footed, but he's definitely walking a little bit more stable. I think you could probably see that, Bruce, because I know you definitely like show when or say like how Max is watching or watching. I mean how Max is walking. Chris, Nature Dog Realms, I appreciate that. Thank you, so kind for the $5 super. Thank you very much. It's very kind. But yeah, like I said, his I don't know. He's doing sometimes better. He's doing a little bit worse. It's hard to tell sometimes. Debbie, thank you for the $2 super. Very kind, my friend. I appreciate that quite a bit. Thank you. Jesse. Okay, so super. I know that's what is that off of? I was gonna say Harry Potter for a second, but what is that off of? I was gonna say Gone with the Wind too. I don't know what I'm thinking here. The Sound of no. Mary Poppins, right? Supercalifragious something expeditious, something like that. I think. Terrible, terrible. Alfredo, for you, the '80s were the best music in rock and pop. Well, you do have the king of pop, right? Everybody's coming in with Mary Poppins. Yes, Jesse, and that's what I'm saying. So if anybody wants to have a good laugh, oh, Chris, you had a headache? I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you didn't have like a migraine. Migraines are terrible. Because once you get like a migraine, you can't really do much about it. Hi, Mr. Maximus. Are we bothering you? Get some sips. I know it's Tranquil. I haven't seen Tranquil in a little bit, so hopefully she's doing well. But as Tranquil would always say, hydration is key. He's got some slurps. He's a loud slurper, though. Oh, hi, Max. The little ASMR. All right, pull back a little bit. Um, Sydney Cat, yeah, I might do that as a short. I could clip this out, obviously. Let me actually, there's a thing where you can like create a highlight. Yeah, let me create a highlight. So the 5 minutes, there we go. So yeah, I might do a short on that a little bit. Yeah. Hello there, Spence. How you doing? Appreciate you joining us here today. Hope you're doing well. Just making sure I'm not missing anything here or anybody. Fredo, migraines are the worst. Oh, for sure. Spence. Max is doing okay. He Today he's like having higher numbers, and now he's gonna go do a little toilet thing. So I'm gonna just kind of look over here, and as you can see, he had a pukey day for a few days. Um, we'll just kind of get him in profile. We'll catch Max in profile. We'll get the front end and not the back end. YouTube might have a problem with that. But anyway, Spence, like I was saying, overall, his numbers were a little higher today, kind of to be expected. But we kind of prefer his numbers to be a little higher than a little too low, because low is the scary stuff. I mean, high isn't great either, but we feel I don't know, sometimes he's just a roller coaster. He's just up and down. um, but thankfully, for the most part, he's acting pretty like his normal self. Come on, Maxie. Come on, Maximus. Oh, he's got to lick his butt. He's got a little spring cleaning to do. George, gathering up some kitty zoomies and put it in with Cat Scratch Fever by Ted Nugent. It's a potential. The thing, though, George, to be honest with you, I have kind of like the older crew, so we don't do a lot of zoomies around here. I mean, Tang and Tiny, our youngins do, but these old kitties, their zooming days are over. Maximus. We'll probably hang with Max for maybe another 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to go switch up and go hang out with some of the old ladies. See what they're up to. You want this? These things are pretty cool. Little, like this has like a little catnip in it, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, hello, Richard. I am sorry to hear about that. My condolences to you and your family, Richard. Your 13-year-old kitty just passed away from cancer. Uh, I am sorry to hear about that, Richard. Hopefully, they had a good life, though, before then. Cancer is definitely tough, and that is a potential Maximus. The other thing that might be going on with Maximus, hopefully not, he might have a lymphoma or something going on with his pancreas. He might have like a tumor on his pancreas. Hopefully that's not the case, but we will find out if we need to do like a biopsy on his pancreas. But again, Richard, I am sorry about uh, about that. Yeah, my condolences there. The Kitty Crew, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. I think I've seen you on the I Am Raven channel, the Kitty Crew, but I'm not positive about that. But if I have, hello to you. I hope you're doing well. How many kitties does the Kitty Crew have? If you do not know, we do have 9. You want to play? You have 4. Awesome, awesome. What are their names? Richard, he was 13. I found him at night, and he was. Oh, you found. Okay, you found him at night. And he was all black, so called it midnight. You found it. Okay, I got you. Kitty Crew, you've been on a lot of live streams. Awesome. Want to sniff? Here's a question for everybody in chat. Because I'm not all about cat talking, but I am primarily about talking about cats. Richard, you have 5 kitties left. We might one day have only 5 cats, but it probably won't be anytime soon. What was I going to ask the chat? Oh, yeah. What was the last movie that you all saw in a actual movie theater? Or even drive-in? Does anybody remember drive-ins? I'm sure some of you probably do. Final Destination. Are you Sydney Cat? Are you a Final Destination fan? Like, have you seen all of them? So Kitty Crew, you got Mittens, Rocky, Fluffy, and Phantom. The one in the profile pic. I can't really see the pic very well. So, what kind of cat is that? Is it a black cat? Is that a tuxedo? Bruce, Earthquake. I don't know what that movie. I've never heard of that movie. Bruce, is it an older movie or is it newer? Alfredo, you don't even remember. Chris, you went to a drive-in in Nevada when you were younger. Sydney Cat, you've seen all of them. Okay. Richard, 9 Lives of is that Tomastio? Never heard of that movie. Bruce, it's an older movie. Okay. Wow, Alfredo, the bridge is it over Kwai River or River Kwai? I do know what you're talking about. It's a very old movie. Ooh, Dark Crystal. Lord of the Rings. Dark Crystal is a good one. Spence, you saw A Complete Unknown Bob Dylan. Okay, I think I've heard of that. It's been a while though, but I think I heard of that. I think that came out relatively new. Relatively recent, I mean. Phantom is a mainly black tuxedo. Okay. Catitude, you can't remember since you don't like crowds. I understand that. Richard, is it Mamacita? Mamacita? Alfredo, the last one was The Lion King when they made the real version? You mean like the animated version or the the live action version? Hello there, Jennifer. Hope you're doing well. Glad to see you today. How is Athena doing, Jennifer, and the others? I know the others, as far as I know, are doing well. Is poor Athena still having to wear that cone of shame? You thwomping that tail, buddy? You angry? You said it's been 5 minutes and you have to leave me alone now? Yes, Max, I know. I said I was going to go in about 5 minutes or so. And I am. Just Jennifer just got in though, Max, and she wants to take a look at you and see how you're doing. All right, Max, we're going to leave you and your big old nicotine patch alone. I'm going to try to get off of the floor here, which is always a struggle. Ugh, excuse me. Jennifer, that is very interesting. I think my wife has that. I don't know if my wife is listening at the moment, but I think she's got that same issue with her eyes or her eyelids. That's very kind of funny, but my wife is a cat, so it's not, I mean, it's, I guess, I don't know. That's very ironic if that is the same thing. I think it is. Alfredo, by the way, YouTube has released a new feature about during chat rankings. Yeah, the one who talks the most, who gives, yeah. I've heard that. I've seen that too, Alfredo. I think right now they're only doing it to like selective channels. They're like testing it out. I think on like the bigger channels, like the bigger sub channels, like I Am Raven, who I was on live earlier, and I saw them, and then Sydney Cat also. I think she had those crowns also in hers. So my channel is a little bit smaller than both of those, but it's not the amount of people that's on the channel; it's the quality of people that's important to me. Let me just kind of check up here. See if I'm Syndicate, it looked like it was a lot, right? Because there's already so much going on in these lives anyways. And then with that little crown thing, and then there's like a leaderboard, that looked like there was a lot going on. I think as a creator, you can opt out of it if you want to. So, SC, if that's something that's distracting for you, I think if you go somewhere like in the analytics or somewhere on YouTube as a creator, you can opt out of it. But it may be though people like viewers and not creators, but it might be something to look into. Alfredo, do you think? Yeah, that's exactly. I do. I do think, Alfredo, that it can lead to spammy kind of content, or not content, but spammy kind of chats where people are constantly like spamming the chat. But I think if people do that, and if you have good moderators, then you're just gonna excuse me, you're just gonna get yourself kicked out of that live stream anyways because you're gonna be really just a nuisance and bothering people, I think. George, you just want a simple tiara? George, if you give me your mailing address, like on an email, I can send you a little tiara. I can do that for you if you want me to. Catitude, what is it now going on here on your channel? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Catitude. Can you rephrase that? I'm just not sure what that means. Hello there, Glare Bear. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Your friend streams a lot smaller channel than this one, and she has the crowns. I don't know. Sometimes though, Glare Bear, I say things that aren't. I think YouTube kind of gets offended by. I don't necessarily, I'm not afraid to say certain things. Um, you know, uh, so I don't know. I feel like sometimes I kind of get marked a little bit on the platform, but that's okay. That's life. That's life. Alfredo, I don't know Catitude. Saw it in a channel with less subs than this one, and oh no. Okay, George, just send me your address sometime in an email, and I will ship that off to you, and I'll even give one for little Sasha too. Yeah, the crowns are not here, Catitude, and my thought is it has something to do with like the size of a channel. I think maybe they're only like pushing it out to creators that maybe have like 10K or more, like Sydney Cat, who's got like 12,000, I think. You know, and if y'all aren't subbed up to her, I definitely check out Sydney Cat's channel. And then somebody like I Am Raven because she's got like 300,000 plus. So I don't know, maybe not though. All right, I said I was gonna leave, and here I am still babbling, and another 5 minutes went by. So I need to try to get off the floor. And Max, you're not gonna be able to help me as I'm getting old. Oh, sorry with the grunting noises. I'm trying to be quiet as much as I can. Whew, that was difficult. George, wonderful community. Defend ourselves from the spammers for sure. I hope to keep up the good work. I appreciate the kind words there, George. Hello there, Kevin Block. Hope you're doing well. Glad to see Max is having, yeah, he's having a pretty good day overall. Kevin, his numbers are still a little bit high. But we'd rather have them be higher than have them be lower. All right, so we're gonna say goodbye to Max for now. We're gonna go check up on some other kitties. And we'll say goodbye to Mr. Maximus as he kicks the air. You gonna kick the air? Max appreciates all of the warm birthday wishes. Ironically, his birthday is on June 2nd, and my wife and I's anniversary is also on June 2nd. So it's going to be and he's got his appointment on June 2nd. So Monday is going to be a busy day around here. All right, let's turn on some light here. Let's go over here real quickly. Oh, let's go check out Mr. Orangey. Now, Mr. Orangey, aka Tang, he is not a shaved kitty. He said he doesn't want to be a shaved kitty. And hopefully he'll never be a shaved kitty. Appreciate all the kind words from everybody as far as the anniversary goes. Oh, Mr. Orangey is a ham here. He's looking all goofy like. He's enjoying his back rub. Rosemary, we're this will be year 19. Yeah, 19 years. Sometimes it seems like a lot longer, but most of the time it seems like it's went by fairly quickly. And I would say a good 16, 17 of those years have been very blessed and very nice. You know, we all have our ups and downs, obviously, those who are married on this live stream. I'm not sure who's married or not that's watching, but y'all know as well, you know, marriages have their ups and their downs, of course, but as long as you don't go to bed angry at each other, I feel like that's a key. I'm obviously not a marriage expert, of course, but that's just what I've learned over the last 20 years nearly. And always, of course, the wife is always right. Right? As the old saying goes, happy wife, happy life. Chris, you're almost at 16 years. Awesome. Congratulations. Kevin, 25 years. Awesome as well. Bruce, you've been married 5 times. That's, well, you gonna get number 6? Jesse, you've been married to yourself for 44 years. Nice. Nice. Rosemary, you're widowed now, but you do remember those days, good and not so good, but overall good memories. Yeah, Tang here said he's still looking for his true love. He said he wanted to marry Tiny, but I said, Tang, unfortunately, buddy, Tiny is your sister, and we don't allow that in this household. There's not that kind of thing that goes on in this house. So he's still looking for his love. Um, his love seems to be that big bear that I'll show you in a second. Hopefully, he doesn't do, unholy things to it, but he is a cat, and I will say on occasion that none of these current cats, but we had a another male cat named the little boy who would quite often hump my leg, basically, or hump my thigh. He was fixed, but he still, he had the urges, I guess, and yeah, it's just one of those things with male cats sometimes. Sydney Cat fun fact: Elizabeth Taylor was famously married 8 times to seven. What did I say? 8 times to seven different men. Wow, she was busy. No wonder she got all that money, or how she became like very wealthy. So she married 8 times to seven men. So did she marry somebody twice then? All right, we're gonna go check on some other kitties, and we're gonna let Tang be. I know, Tang, you're getting gypped. You're like, I'm Tang. I deserve to be on here the whole hour. I'm sorry, Tang. We got some other kitties to show. You be good. Bye, Orange. I think my wife said that Rosemary might be upstairs. So yeah, we're gonna go check on Rosemary first. Normally we'd do Rosemary last because she's usually downstairs. Um, but the little gremlin here though is down, or I mean, she's up in her room. Hi. Hi, green eyes. You're a good girl. You're a little nutcase, though. Honey, you didn't eat all of your food. Not up to your standards. You say you need sushi. I think maybe beyond Max, uh, Rosemary is probably a favorite of many or of most. Why would you marry somebody twice? George says it's just called stupid. Well, maybe, or maybe it's just money. I don't know if any of you are familiar with like football. I used to be a big sports fan. I'm not as familiar with it anymore, but I do know the old coach of the New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, I think his name is. There's been some headlines. He's like 70 something that he's going to be marrying like somebody in their 20s. They say age is only a number and it doesn't matter, but I do honestly think age can play a bit of a factor. And there's something that just seems kind of off uh, as far as ages when it comes to marriages. I'm not sure, but hey, Rosie, you're a good little tomato head. George, money can, yeah, definitely be a factor. I guess money on one side and lust on the other, huh? Hello there. Is it Qua Quan Quamine. Hello. Wow. Well, I hope that's a good wow. It's a Rosemary wow. She's our little gremlin. She's our old gremlin. Ain't that right, Rosie? He said, yes, I'm an old gremlin. And I got that little belly button. I know, you're okay, honey. I'd have a heart attack about it. Hi, honey. She did, George. She did. She did. She was watching the little hot dog dance for a few moments, but then she got the fire extinguisher and, well, did what she had to do. Catitude, she might have actually just sung the song here a second ago with that meow. It was a very short, though, version. She said she can't be bothered because she's grooming her body and her little belly. I know, your little belly. Oh, here's another interesting question for those in chat. I might have asked this a long time ago. Hopefully, I'll say this correctly so everybody understands. Question: if you lived 100 years, would you rather have 100 cats in those 100 years, one cat per year, or live 100 years and you just are with one cat? You just have one cat who lives the whole time with you for those 100 years. What would you rather have? 100 cats for 100 years, 1 year each, or one cat with you for the entire 100 years? Syndicate, one cat. Syndicate, it does die. I mean, it dies after the 100 years, so it'll die when you die. It lives 100 years. The kitty lives 100 years, and you live 100 years. But you would do the one kitty. It's a hard question from Alfredo. Bruce, your step granddaughter didn't want to get up, so you played the video of Rosemary meowing. Did that get her up? Hopefully, she's like, "What in the heck?" Kevin is saying one kitty for 100. Jennifer is saying you want your 5 kitties, the 5 cats that you got right now, for the entire time. But what if you couldn't do that, though, Jennifer? What if it was one or the other? And if you can't decide, that's okay. SC the one. Jesse, one cat, then it can be broken and know the thing. I'm not sure what that means. Bruce, one cat for the 100 years. Hello there, Luis. Lewis. I keep on calling you Luis. Lewis. I am sorry, Lewis. What would happen to the 100 cats, Adam? So they would die after 1 year, Lewis. They die. So it's 100 years for one year per cat, and then they pass on after that 1 year, and then you'd have a new one that would come in after that 1 year. That's a trick question. Maybe. Chris, one kitty for the 100. Rosemary, you think it would be hard to have only one cat for 1 year? I agree. It probably would be. Bruce, yes, and all the 9 cats were watching with Rosemary's singing. George, that's a trick question. They all have the unique quirks, for sure. On the other hand, they all become such close companions. Absolutely. Rosemary, so one cat for 100 years for you. Jesse, so you have to. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Jesse. Yes, you would have to kind of reteach them, if you will. That is true. Catitude, you don't like either option. Well, it's a difficult question, but or yeah, it's a difficult thing to think about it. But I think it's kind of an interesting conversation, kind of topic, if you will. Luis, that would be devastating. So definitely just the one for the 100 years. Rosemary, you'd be feeling the heartbreak for sure, for sure. John, you would just take the 4 cat billies for their natural lives. Glarebear, you think you'd go mental after the first 2 years? Well, if you just pick the 100, or the one cat that lives 100 years, though, Glarebear, you wouldn't have that. 1 cat per year, you couldn't afford buying new curtains or furniture. Tranquil. Chris, to answer your question, I have not seen Tranquil, Chris, on a live in a while, but I don't know if she's been doing lives though or not, so I am not sure. Hopefully we have. It's a Rosie. She's a good girl. John, Chris, hopefully you see John's reply there or his comment, Chris, about Tranquil. I'll leave it at that. Hopefully Tranquil is doing okay. I know she's definitely having some issues with her mom as well. So, but hopefully, things are doing as well as can be with her mom's obviously situation. Sydney Cat, has anyone seen Michelle with her Elsa cat? She's been on my mind for Sydney Cat. I saw Michelle, I think, on somebody's live. It might have even been my own live actually here within the last week. So I know I have, yes. All right, we're gonna leave Rosie alone here, and we're gonna go just hang out with these last few kitties that we haven't seen yet for the last like 5 minutes or about 10 minutes or so here. Lou, I can call you Lou, okay. I'm sorry. I just keep on wanting to call you Luis for some reason, Louis, and I don't understand why. Yeah, Lou. Lou works for me there. I appreciate being kind with your response there, Lou, and being understanding with my mental deficiency sometimes when it comes to talking. And to think I was in education for a while, corrupting the minds of the youth. All right, let's see what's going on in here. All right, so we got Chunky here, aka the bowling ball. She does not really care for too much attention on her. And we got Kit. Kit, who's always wanting attention. But one thing we learned about Tiny is Tiny likes to be brushed. It turns her on. Well, not in that way, but you know what I mean, I hope. She likes being brushed, but she's got a lot of fur, though. I know, you like being brushed, don't you, honey? Yes, you're going to stick your big old butt in the air. You got a lot of trunk back there, don't you? And she got a lot of loose fur, as you can see, too. We need to try to brush her more, but there's just so much of her. I know, you like being brushed. You want to eat your hair? And get a fur ball, or get a hair ball. All right, let's see what's going on over here. Oh, we got the baby. We got Zelda. Pandora is coming up to say hi to you, Bruce, because I know Pandora is your favorite of the bunch. Lou, I will show Max here in a little bit. Actually, I started with Max, but I'll because you asked where Mighty Max is, I'll show him again here in a few minutes. Just hang with me for a couple of moments. John, you have a little soft brush for Raven Poe, a regular brush for Itzer, and a pink one for Bitsy, and King Chloe. King Chloe requires a rake. Yes, Alfredo. Zelda was named after the Legend of Zelda, um, and she is the patriarch. No, the matriarch. I mean, of the bunch. Um, she's those of you who don't know, she's 20 and a half now. Uh, been diabetic for 10 plus years. Has kidney failure. Kind of kidney failure in one of her kidneys. But she's a trooper. She's a miracle kitty. She just keeps on going. She's you know, she's an amazing kitty. It's amazing how how resilient these fur balls can be. Charlotte, bye. It's early. Oh wow, 1 o'clock in the morning, right? If I'm reading that correctly, out there in the UK. Again, Charlotte, I appreciate the kind donation, the kind words as always, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your, I would say night, but kind of morning. Um, so take care and have yourself a good night of sleep. Chris, they have their moments. Sometimes, they do things which makes you question your sanity, or you question why you have so many. um, but they have their moments though. Chris, your son just told you that his cat Gabby is pregnant. Oh, well, I hope that the kitty has a good healthy pregnancy and has healthy kittens, and that the kittens are found or adopted or kept in the home, and that they live long lives. Hello there, Sue S. How you doing? All right, Lou, we're gonna go visit Max. Sue S, you came just in time. We're gonna go visit Max as well. We saw Max a little earlier, but I know I got some new people, or not new people, but people that just kind of popped on here. Um, Alfredo, there is a channel which I started to follow, Monkey the Wonder Cat, 27 years old. Wow, used to watch all the videos of her. Sadly, this year they must have passed on. Sue, I'm doing okay. How are you? All right. We're gonna wrap with Maximus tonight. We're gonna finish up with Misty Maximus, who's doing okay overall. He's still a bit of a conundrum, though. I mean, yesterday he got like a tiny bit of insulin, 0.5 units, which is like nothing, and it just plummeted his numbers. We had about 6 hours of just kind of touch and go there with him. I had to feed him like basically every half hour a small spoonful of food to keep his blood sugar up, or not to crater too far. I mean, we got all the way down to 60, but we just kept on doing that. And then on occasion, I would give him some of this Caro syrup as well, just to kind of help, kind of elevate his blood sugar a little bit. Bruce, I can't answer that question because I don't have my phone on me. My wife has my phone on me, or on her, I mean. And she's the one that has the scanner that my phone is hooked up to this. I'm on her phone, so I don't know what his reading is right now. He's been though between like 300 to 400, pretty much all day, which is not ideal, like long term, but in the short term, it's better to have those high numbers than the low numbers. Um, The high numbers eventually can cause stuff like DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. We do, though, have, where's it at? Is it on the table? We do have this really kind of cool. We already have a glucose meter, right? But we also have now, we ordered this over the weekend because of Max's like more consistent high numbers. Now, what's cool about this, and I didn't know you could do this for a cat, but this is one, it's a blood glucose meter as well, but also it's a ketone meter. So it can measure the amount of ketones that's in the cat's blood, which is really cool. So, and we'll measure his ketones a little later tonight. He's been in the safe range, though, thankfully. It's just something else to learn. It's always something new, I mean, I feel like, I to be honest with you, and I don't want to sound this as bragging or anything, because it's not necessarily, we don't want to have this experience or this knowledge, but I definitely feel like we have more like knowledge and experience with diabetic cats than some veterinarians do, because they don't really see it, right? They don't experience it. They just don't have a good working knowledge with it. But, it's scary, but it's a good experience to have so you can help others. Guess my wife decided to come in, maybe to, I guess, check his number. All right, Maxie, so let's put you down. So how this works here, all right, so I have the other phone, right? And you have this sensor here, right? So all you do is you kind of line it up by the sensor. It's going to vibrate a couple of times. And then a number, oh, well, that's good. So there's a number that just popped up. So this isn't exact because this doesn't measure blood glucose. This measures like interstitial fluid, it's called, which kind of is the space in between. So his actual blood glucose is probably not 342, but it's probably like 300. Go, Max, go. Ugh. So his number isn't too bad.
Maxie. Come on, Maxie. Come on, Maxie.
He's probably going to make his way, since Rosemary her room is closed back down. So now all the other cats can come back out. Where you going, Maxie?
There you go, Telecus. Enjoy.
Are you doing your laps, buddy?
Get him, try to back into that room so I can pill him.
Why'd you let him out?
I didn't think about it.
All right, Maxie, I'm sorry. We gotta pill you. Ugh. He's got to get his cisapride medication, which is for his gut motility. But it is about an hour. So I'm gonna kind of start to sign off. I appreciate all the time with everybody. All the supers from everybody, the donations. It's always very nice, very helpful when the community donates those to those causes. And me and Max and Tang here. Max has got to sniff butts, of course, because that's what he does. And then he's got to lick Tang, I guess.
Yes.
All right, Maxie. I know, just show that big old belly of yours.
I see you.
I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and hopefully we'll see you all again on Saturday, I do believe. Until then, take care. God bless. Max will scratch. Sue, I appreciate the last super there of the night, the $5. Very kind. Appreciate it. And yeah, I think I'm going to go. Mr. Maximus is going to go. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time. And of course, I'll keep you all up to date on if anything changes with Max's situation. Take care. God bless. Adios.